Hey there, I'm Ken. This is Canadian Retro Things. Welcome. I just received a package in the mail. That's right, I received a package in the mail. It is a donation to the channel. It's right here in that big box behind me. So I have to say a big thank you to Stephen from my home province of Saskatchewan for donating this. I also have to thank Robin from 8-Bit Show and Tell for putting us in contact. And yeah, we're going to open up this package, take a look at what goodies are in there, and see if they are working or not, and whether there's a repair that has to be done. Now, before we jump into that, I have to also say a big thank you to the sponsor of today's video, PCBWay. PCBWay, where you can have PCBs printed starting at only $5 for 10 boards. Why should you choose PCBWay to manufacture your PCBs? Not only do they offer PCBs starting at $5 for 10 boards, but they have quality assurance of a zero-defect product with on-time delivery. They are fast, too. Some boards can be done in as little as 24 hours. Their service includes 24/7 customer support in a variety of languages. And let's not forget about the community support they have with sponsoring nonprofit, school, and open source projects, as well as many, many creators, including relatively small ones such as me. So visit PCBWay today at www.pcbway.com and prototype the easy way. And the first thing we have to do is open up the box. There we go, and a good amount of bubble wrap. And we have us an inbox VIC-20. Which is cool because I don't have any VIC-20 boxes. Now we can open up the computer box. There we go, more good padding in here. A Commodore VIC-20 price list. An adapter. 25115-01 adapter. Some cabling. Ooh, the original power brick. Of course, I do have modern power bricks, which I'll use because I'm always very wary of using these. And, of course, the TV box. Oh, yeah. There's one other thing in here, too. The VIC-20. And as you can see, it's the model that takes the Commodore 64 power adapter. So this is a slightly different keyboard. The font looks a little bit different. And the first thing I want to do here is take this apart before I plug it in. I want to take a look at the innards. So we flip it over, we can see the serial number here is 1466241. Ooh, and it's going to be a... There we go. So there we go. This is obviously the low chip count board. Nothing is socketed. There's a few cobwebs, some dust. And everything is still soldered on here with the shielding and everything. So chances are no work has been done to this computer at all. Let me just go find a multimeter just to check and see if this fuse is working properly. And it looks like the fuse is blowing. Always the first thing I check in these. So let's take it out. So I don't know if you can see that or not. Let's see if I can focus that. That'd be a blown fuse. All right, I'm going to have to obviously buy another fuse, but for now, I think I will just grab one out of my other VIC-20s and stick it in there for now so I can test this machine out. All right, I have replaced the fuse. And that is working. I have a sneaking suspicion that possibly that fuse went due to that old power supply. So let's hook up one of my newer power supplies and see if that works or not. Test this computer out. So I have the VIC-20 hooked up and I'm ready to see if it works. And I'm getting nothing, not even a power light. Okay, that's not good. Well, time to take it back to the bench and start looking at it to see if I can figure out why we seem to be getting no power. So I was very confused because I was testing this board all over the place and I was getting nothing. And I tested all the way back to the power connector and I was still getting nothing. So that made me think, has my new power source gone bad? So I grabbed my backup and lo and behold, look at that. I'm getting like just about 5 volts at the LED. So yeah, my newest power connector has gone bad. Odd. But I've still got my backup, so now I can hook this back up and see if the computer works or not. All right, we have everything hooked back up again. Now, let's see if it works. LED light is on. 3583 bytes free. Looks like the keyboard is working just fine. Now, let's put it through the paces with the Penultimate Plus cartridge. And first we will run the diagnostic on it, and then we'll try some games to see if the joystick port works. All right, I've got the Penultimate Plus cartridge in there. And there we go, it is working. Now, of course, this is the original one. I guess this little project that I'm doing here, getting this computer running, is a good reminder that I do have to buy the updated version of this. So, first we go into Utilities. And we run the dead test. There we go. It looks like everything on here is working fine. So now, oops, wrong button. Go back to the menu. Let's try a game out. Little choplifter. Alright, well, let's, just for fun, try out a different game. That game also works just fine. Now, I guess, of course, I can't go without trying one of my favorite games on the VIC-20. Gorf. Alright, everything seems to be working just fine, so I can't actually hear the sound right now because I don't have it playing through my speakers, but I will be able to hear it when I'm editing this video together. So, it's looking to me like this computer is completely working. And that VIC-20 is working. It is another retro computer saved from the recycling pile. And I am super happy that it was not all that difficult of a fix. One of the first things I always do on C64s and VIC-20s when I get them is check that fuse. And for the first time ever, that paid off. It was the fuse. Oddly enough, the first power supply I tried, my modern one, also didn't work, but at least I had a modern backup power supply, so I could use it. Anyway, yeah, so that is working, which makes me very happy, and because the font on the keyboard's a little bit different, it's a little bit of a different version of the computer, so I'm super happy about that too. So I really do have to give a big thank you to Steven. Now, I did look back in the emails, and he said he never plugged it in, because from watching videos like Adrian Black's videos, he was afraid to plug it in with the old original power supply. Well, that is very good advice. You don't want to do that because when those power supplies go, they go really bad and they can fry a lot of your computer. So, yeah, super happy that computer is working. I'm still going to take it apart and give it a bit of a deep clean, but yeah, it's going to look beautiful under my fingers when I'm playing with it and on my shelf when it's being displayed. So thank you, and thanks for watching the video. Don't forget that a like, a subscribe, and a comment below are all things that help the channel out a lot and are greatly appreciated. But until the next time, I will see you later.